Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back. I just want to make a quick reaction video based on what you are seeing here. This is an Igbo man who joined Nigerian military. He's a Nigerian military officer, and some of you may have watched the video, some may have not. So we are bringing it to you because of what happened a few weeks ago, where some group of Nigerian army officials traveled from Abuja to Enugu in name of having a meeting to this, stakeholders or whatever stakeholders that they call that and all that, just because they want them to convince the youth to join them in military exercise. And according to them, that the quota system being mapped out for Southeast are there, and nobody seemed to grab it. Later, they reported that 200 people have joined, out of, I don't know the total number, but it seemed like the number that had left, or the number that they want to fix or complete, is still, huge. Like, maybe let's assume they expected people to join. Maybe the number of people expected people, maybe 1,000 or 800 or there, or even 2,000. I'm just saying, okay, this is not the accurate figure. Then the total number they wanted, maybe 1,800. Then they have only 200 people. So there's kind of concern. And even Nigerian news media started talking about it to talk sense to some gullible Igbo youth to rush in and grab that opportunity. But they refuse to tell you what those who joined in the past are saying, what they are passing through, the in-treatment, the inhuman treatment rather, that they are giving to them, and the confusion, the stress, the marginalization, and all rest of them that Igbo officers are witnessing being, an officer in Nigerian army. Not only Nigerian army, per se, all the Nigerian security architecture, the Department of Police, Civil Defense, Road Safety, DSS, and Nigerian army, of course. All of them are having this kind of complaint that I have this issue and I was not being treated fairly. I was supposed to be transferred or promoted. They refused to offer me the opportunity. I passed through this, I passed through that. The story go on and on. And we saw some people who claim that they are spokesperson or spoke people or whatever they may call themselves, or from Igbo land, trying to justify that, the reason why people should join. You need to go and join. But when you ask them, where's your own where's your own children, your son, your nephew, your uncle, where are they? Are they in the army? They tell you, no, no, no. They know my son is a student in Harvard. He studied in Cambridge. He's somewhere in Canada. I know my son is a medical doctor. And he want to be this. He want to be that. But you clear your throat in Nigerian news media and keep on deceiving people to do that, and to repeat the same thing that have tired your people. If you actually love your people, would you have done that? The answer is no. Anyway, let me use the opportunity to encourage you to like this video. One of the reasons why you need to like it, because you must support us. That's it. That's what it is. You must support us. Without you, we are not. We wouldn't have be here to do what we are doing. There's no need to make a video when you are not watching. You understand? But many of you that have done that, have supported us all this while, we are very, very much appreciative of you. We are very, very happy. We appreciate you so much. We encourage you to like the video, support us, like the videos, like it, share it, of course, and subscribe to the channel in case if you're new. The only reason why you need to do that, like I said, is to support us, and that we have the platform, the owner of the platform, to push the video for other people to see. Many of our youth are still contemplating on how to pick up the form to join. If you join, I'm not here to tell you don't join. What I'm trying to tell you, what I'm trying to do is for you to understand what you are joining, nothing more. I don't have any capacity or right to tell you what to do or to stop you from joining. I'm not threatening you, but let us learn from the past event. This is our brother, Igbo man, who have tested the whole thing that you want to join. You are going to hear what he said, his own side of the story, how he enjoyed joining and everything. So it's not from me. My own is to bring it to you. We are here for peace. We don't support any criminality or lie. We are here to tell you the way it is. The choice is yours. If you like, you join. If you don't like, it's up to you. But make sure that you understand what you are joining. What is your intention? Are you joining to protect the integrity of the country? Does the country have integrity? Answer that. I'm not the one to answer you. Do you think that the way Nigerian is now, they deserve your service? Then you answer that. People from the north are protecting their youth, telling them what to do, how to comb your bush, how to grab your land, and they are protecting them beautifully. Why? Whereas they will turn around and to deceive you. That is one indivisible entity, one people, one nation, one retetete. They are all the same. We are brothers or sisters. But when they go to their houses, they will tell their people, no, you are infidel. That the best thing is to do that thing that Osman Navodo wanted. Then the question is, what Osman Navodo wanted, or what he wants for his people, are you included? Are you part of that thing that he wanted? Then answer that. Now, you may say, why are you saying this? He should promote unity and preach and okay. Imagine you preaching unity in your house and your siblings are preaching for war. How do you think you can achieve that peace and unity when people that are supposed to join hands together to make that peace to work are having different agenda, different motive, different plan? Now let us hear from this our brother. The story is not funny. Hear this, because many of you have watched it, but like I said, if you have not watched it, please, this is an opportunity for you to know what the video is all about, and what this our brother is passing through after joining Nigerian military. Hear this.
Good evening, Nigerians. Good evening, Nigerians. Good evening, men of goodwill and conscience, and all lovers of justice, fair play, and equity. The purpose of this very video will not be lost on anybody, but it's because of the case of injustice that I passed through, and they forced it upon me, to do what I am not supposed to do because they wanted to cover that very injustice. But before I go on with this very video, I would like to observe a minute silence for the departed chief of army staff, Lieutenant General G.A. Lagaja.
This video, the audio may not be as loud as it's supposed to be. So just manage it that way, please, because the volume is very, very, very low.
May his soul rest in peace. Now, I am Godson by name. I'm an ex-boy in MS-94. I passed out in the year 2000, and I was posted in that same year 2000 as a military police with my army number 00NA/94/1198. Now, to cut the long story short, I do not want to start taking your time unnecessarily, start going down memory lane. I have to go straight to the point of what has necessitated me to do this very video, so that I do not bore my audience and viewers. It was in the year January 2020 at 9th Brigade Provost Company, Ikeja Cantonment, under the leadership of our officer commanding, now retired, Captain B.A. Lawal. Captain B.A. Lawal was my OC then. As soon as he took over command on January 15th, here about 2020, I approached him telling him that I want to apply for the second time for voluntary discharge to leave the army voluntarily, which is according to section 32 of the Armed Forces Act, Cap 820, Laws of Federation of Nigeria 2004, which is my right. He now tried discouraging me as an officer that he is, that why do I want to leave the army offers prospect? I said, no, no prospect. That's at then that I was running my masters. I'm left with my proposal defense, internal defense, external defense, and they just brought me back, punished me for nothing. Nobody wrote to the Nigerian Defense Academy, which is a military top institution in Kaduna, where I started the masters. I was let from this same office on 2017 to start the masters like other ex-boys. Sean Kolawole, Kazim Hassan retired, Were Abrizi and the rest. None of us were sponsored, none of them were disturbed. In fact, some even did their own abroad. He came, punished them and left them. None of them passed through all.
Did you hear the name he mentioned? From outside Igbo land, non-Igbo people. their own went successfully. Whatever they want, they get. But when you get to turn of this our brother, the story totally changed.
The indecency, indignities, wickedness, evil they made me to pass through. So when I told Lawa refused that he's not going to sign my voluntary discharge and thereabout, that even him too, he is frustrated, he's about leaving the army, he has failed captain to major several times, and they've served him paper twice. And he has said, sir, this is the reason why you should help me, that my promotion is not coming. I've been on the rank of corporal for long.
That his promotion is not coming, he have reached to rank of corporal for long, but they refuse to promote him. Now he want to go back to study. They don't want to, allow him either.
My mates in the officers' cadre were lieutenant colonel. My mates in the other rank cadre were sergeants, and they pinned me down in one rank. And secondly, sir, my father was very, very sick. I needed to just go so that from taking care of him, since he trained us alone, I would be able to face other challenges like continuing my education and furthering other callings I have in life. Lawa refused. My uncle had to come. My uncle stepped into the room and based on my father's prompting, gave Lawa money. Lawa collected money from him. That day I was on duty at Arena. He came, collected money. That was when he now told me to write the voluntary, which I submitted, dated 22nd of January 2020. He promised to forward it, which is in 6 months' time, around June, July, my name will come out. Before then, after then, he accepted my application that he would process it. That's going to send it to 9 Brigade, Garrison, or whatever, so that he will come over to Abuja. I left it at that. When they reopened institutions after the coronavirus, I approached him. He released me to go to NDA. He released me to go and complete my studies, not to start a fresh studies, which I did promptly. I went to NDA, Kaduna, which is a military institution, which is a sister institution that they can easily write to withdraw me, or they can send the military police to arrest me in case I didn't go legally the way they were claiming. But all of a sudden, Lawa said if I should go, my uncle should call him since he was in the United States. He was not in America. He was not in Nigeria. He's working for Lawi or you call Nigeria Wiki. So along the line, Lawa didn't get the money or the call he wanted. He booked me on a roll. But nobody called me before booking me on a roll as the procedure requires. Not even the chief
Excuse me.
clerk, as they lied in their report in the board of inquiry. They lied in the board of inquiry that warrant officer Doris Uswagu, she's a master warrant officer, now called me. And she was not even the one that was the chief clerk then. Nobody called me based on their award procedure. They went ahead, booked me on award, and nobody called me. I thought everything was going on fine. When I consulted them, they said it's not from the office. That's the whole thing. They don't even know. So along the line, let me cut the story. Let me not go too long because the whole thing is so long and lengthy that I've written it in several applications based on section 147, subsection 1, 2, 3, 4 of the Armed Forces Act. I've written all these things. I've spent more than 500,000, if not more than going to Abuja, printing, doing everything. Along the line, I came back in 2022. February 21st, Monday, February 21st, 2022, from school. And as soon as I came, they said they had changed Lawa in October 2021, some few months before then. They are changing because of his corrupt acts, illegalities that they called in Army Kelebe. Lawa is a one-eyed captain, an officer. Everybody knows him. He's a notorious man in military police. Even as an OC, he frolics with all these G-boys, the call Yahoo boys. Everybody knows he doesn't have even a good record in the army. He's the same character that booked.
Now, this is just part of the story. This is just the short part of it. Okay? He went through all those things, and the same army even have not done anything for this man. Yet, an Igbo man who claimed that he's elite, Igbo leaders, stakeholders, people that matter in the society, are busy pushing the same narrative that people should go and join the army. Go and join the army. That is the best way to live. That's the only thing you need. Like I said, we are not here to preach, any negativity or crime, or support any killing, or support any bloodshed. We are just trying to remind you the danger ahead for you to make your choice wisely. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Tell me what you think about what we discussed so far. This is one out of millions of cases, against Igbo people in Nigeria. It's not about ethnic issue that oh, you hate other people, you don't like one Nigeria. Does Nigeria like you? That's one, because I've seen that last time I was streaming live, somebody commented, a northerner, that he loves Igbo people, but Igbos that he don't know why Igbos hate Nigeria. Very, very funny. Anyway, I'm not here to answer that, because to me, you must not respond on everything. It is as clear as day. This is just one out of many. And I have to appreciate this, our brother, who summoned the courage to speak out, so that those who are contemplating or those who are in, you have your form, but you have not submitted it. The choice is yours. God bless you all, and bye bye for now.